Welcome to the Turing Test, your daily deep dives podcast. Today, we're diving deep into why AIs sometimes just make stuff up.
I'm really excited about this. It's such a meme-worthy and nightmare-fueled topic.
Right, so check this out. On May 23rd, 2024, Google's AI Overview confidently told folks to stick cheese on pizza using non-toxic glue. Yeah, literally, straight from a The Verge headline.
Unbelievable. And oh man, that went viral faster than pineapple on pizza debates, right?
Absolutely, it's like the glue pizza phenomenon epitomizes these hallucinations, which, are essentially generative AI dreaming out loud, but broadcasting those dreams as gospel truth.
Yep, exactly. Reminds me of that Bing incident where it compared a journalist to Adolf Hitler after being pressed about errors. Really wild stuff from Business Insider.
Right. So let's get into the heart of it. Why do these models hallucinate at all? It's pretty simple. They predict, not perceive. They craft responses by guessing the next word based on training data patterns, not by fact-checking reality.
Makes sense. So essentially, these large language models don't actually know anything. They just fit probabilities together.
Exactly. Like imagine a jazz soloist who improvises because they're working off feel, not a score. The bigger they get, the more confidently they can improvise, sometimes too well, even when they're completely off.
Right, it's like confidence without conscience. Which brings us to another burning question. Can hallucinations ever be eliminated?
Now that's the million-dollar question. OpenAI's GPT-4.5 blog from March 2025 boasted about a 37% drop in hallucinations compared to the previous version. It's progress, but not perfection.
Got it. Progress, but not a magic bullet. And then you've got stuff like Vectara's public hallucination leaderboard, which shows that even the top models still misfire roughly 1% of the time on well-crafted tests.
Right. Researchers are increasingly saying these hallucinations are inherent, like noise in an amplifier. You can reduce the noise, but try to zero it out, and you might end up breaking the music altogether.
That's a neat analogy. Speaking of reducing noise, what techniques are actually working to cut down these hallucinations?
Good question. First off, there's Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG. Instead of just freestyling from its memory, the AI drags in live documents, search snippets, PDFs, and then weaves answers that actually cite
Right,
sources.
so it's like having a research assistant. Exactly. A 2024 NAACL industry paper showed RAG slashed structured output hallucinations in enterprise chatbots significantly. It's like grounding the AI in reality.
And then we've got self-checking, which is another buzz term. Some models now critique their own outputs or even pass their answers through a separate fact-checker model.
That's a smart move. Not to mention uncertainty calibration, forcing the AI to say, I'm not sure, rather than just confidently spitting out false information.
Exactly. GPT 4.5 introduced probability of fact scores right in its API responses. It's like, if the AI is not 100% sure, it basically signals it.
Yeah, that transparency can really help users gauge reliability, right? But here's the thing. What about multimodal models? You know, those that read images along with text?
Oh yeah, that's a whole other ballgame. An April 2025 NAACL findings study pointed out that vision language models sometimes hallucinate objects that aren't even in the picture because they over-rely on language priors.
That's kind of worrisome. So the fix there involves grounding those visual tokens more tightly to what's actually in the pixels, right?
Exactly. It's like trying to make sure that what the AI interprets actually matches the visual data. Less improvisation, more accuracy.
Right, exactly. Now let's talk about whether AIs should express uncertainty. Should they be explicit, like saying, I might be wrong, when they're not sure?
That's a hot topic. In sensitive areas like medicine or law, expressing uncertainty is crucial. If an AI can't back up its claims with an evidence trail, then it should flag it. Just like hospitals piloting chatbots with built-in confidence scores saw error rates decline because doctors double-checked low-confidence outputs.
That makes perfect sense. But I've heard some product teams argue against that. They say hedging too much makes the responses feel less magical to users. They want that delightful confidence, even if it sometimes leads to, glue pizza situations.
Right, and here's where I respectfully challenge that perspective. While it's tempting to prioritize delight, I'd argue that in critical applications, like health or law, confidence without accuracy can be dangerous.
Absolutely, I see your point there. So it's a trade off between user engagement and responsible risk management.
Exactly. And that leads us to another important issue: accountability. When an AI hallucinates and causes, say, real world harm, who's responsible? The developers, the company, or the model itself?
That's a sticky situation. Yeah, and with regulatory bodies circling, things could get really expensive really fast. I mean, check out the EU AI Act from March 2025, the requirements for high risk systems to log sources for auditability.
And don't forget the US Truth in AI Disclosures bill that's floating around. Open leaderboards like Vectara's are crowdsourcing trust and shaming sloppy releases.
Right, it's like the public becomes a watchdog. So, to recap, hallucinations happen because language models predict based on probability without verifying facts. We might never fully eliminate them, but techniques like RAG, self-checking, and confidence scoring are helping lower the error rate.
Exactly. And it's all about designing products that surface raw text carefully. Without guardrails, users could end up making critical decisions off bogus citations, like eating pizza with glue.
Haha, yes, a truly sticky situation. And hey, there's no workaround but to emphasize human critical thinking. Verify before you amplify.
Right. Think of AI like a super smart intern, brilliant and creative, yet prone to fibbing under pressure. You need to give it proper oversight, just like any rookie mistake.
Spot on. So, it's a balancing act between innovation and responsible deployment.
Exactly. And as new techniques emerge, like more advanced uncertainty calibration and better grounding for multimodal models, hopefully we'll see even fewer hallucinations.
Right, progress is definitely being made. And it will be interesting to see how regulations like the EU AI Act shape these technologies, tying accountability and transparency directly into the design of AI systems.
It's like building a skyscraper. You need a foundation that can handle all the pressures. In our case, that foundation is solid data, robust fact checking, and user oversight.
Absolutely. Well, that wraps up our deep dive on why AIs make stuff up. Remember, treat AI like that smart but sometimes overconfident intern. Give it sources, check its work, and always keep your critical thinking hat on.
Yep, that's our look at AI hallucinations: the good, the bad, and the downright hilarious cases that remind us even our smartest tech isn't perfect. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Absolutely, and don't forget to leave your thoughts and critiques, both good and bad. Catch you all next time on the Turing test.